You know you're Canadian when you're waiting at Timmy's. By the way, when a Canadian says Timmy's, we mean Tim Hortons. Okay, just so you know. Oops.
Poupou. Hein, Poupou? Es-tu perdu un peu? Hein? Les yeux pleins d'eau.
Okay, so I don't think you can see me, but we got Hustle here in the back. So I don't remember everything they said, but overall he's got a thyroid issue, and the vet said that it's super rare to have thyroid issues and diabetes, or with asthma, I'm not too sure.
I think it's
Diabetes. And she said, but he decided to have both. So we've got some medication for thyroid, and we've got some antibiotics also in case there's inflammation. She did see a lot of inflammation in his lungs because he started coughing again due to his asthma. And what else?
Well, they want to see if the antibiotics will help with the coughing. If so, it means I don't know.
And we're out of power everywhere. It seems like the lights are, well, not the street lights because those are solar, but the traffic lights.
No, they're not solar.
Oh, well, why were those ones? They're on batteries then? I don't know. But anyways, that's the update. And we also have some anti-vomiting meds because he keeps like drooling. She wasn't able, like she did x-rays and all and the blood works and all, and nothing showed in those tests why he's drooling. So she's thinking maybe it's just nausea, and she doesn't know why he's got nausea because there's no indication in any tests of why this is happening. So he's having some anti-vomiting meds, and
His stomach is lower than normal.
Yeah, in his x-rays it shows that his stomach is a lot lower than other normal cats, which is weird. She's like, maybe it's just his normal. There's also like the inflammation on his lungs. We're sending these to an expert, and just to make sure it's not tumors. And she talked about cancer with some tests, like his kidneys, they're good, but there's one number that's a bit high, so it's like she's gonna want to take a look at that like through the years, like.
But it could be just because he ate more protein before going to the vet.
Yeah, exactly. He does eat a lot more protein, but anyways, that's a lot more medication we have to give, so yeah, it's gonna be confusing in the next couple of weeks, and we have to come back in a month for some more blood work to see if the thyroid medication dosage is good or if it has to be changed. And she also said that thyroid medication can lower, like put him in hypoglycemia, so she lowered his dosage for insulin. I guess it's just while he's on that medication. Also, sorry, it's getting super dark. But also she checked his heart. Everything seemed good. There was one little thing, but she's saying it doesn't worry her. Also, there's something between his lungs. Spacing isn't what it's supposed to be, but she's thinking maybe it's just fat. So the expert will tell us that.
are okay.
Oh yeah, his teeth are okay. So she's like, it's not the best hygiene. Of course, he's got a bit of gingivitis or whatever, but there's nothing stuck anywhere. There's no ulcer, so it's not a teeth issue. So yeah, we still don't know exactly what the problem is, but we're hoping that the medication for the thyroid will help, and we're hoping the expert that's gonna check at the x-rays, we're hoping that he's gonna tell us that it's just inflammation or something and it's not cancer or tumors or whatever. But hopefully the antibiotics help with the inflammation on his lungs. And there's also part of his right lung that is deflated, and she told us that, but we were like, that's kind of normal because he was hospitalized like a couple years ago for that, like one of his lungs collapsed, so that's like normal for him. He's still drooling. They gave him anti-vomiting medication, like by injection, so it's supposed to act super fast. It's been like maybe 45 minutes, a bit more, and he's still drooling, so maybe it's not nausea. Oh, you banged your hand. Are you okay? He's still a bit woozy, I think. Are you okay, baby? Oh, you're home, my love. Stencil has been alone for so many hours, poor thing. Aww. Oh, so much drool. You okay? You're drooling so much. Oh, baby. You feel weird, right? You feel weird? Yeah, I'm gonna wash his face a bit. He looks a bit drunk. Poor thing. That's a hungry boy. He's like half laying down. Oh, poor thing. I love you, baby. Stencil. Cutie pie. She never has any problems. At least we don't have two cats with problems. Okay, I think we have a schedule. And before I forget, in my cat video where we did the cat area, I mentioned that maybe I would get a second bucket for the litter box. The litter, I mean. I got a second bucket today. I just need to go get, well, I can't get it anywhere. I have to order online. Another gamma lid, just so that I can unscrew the lid. It's much easier. So we have a schedule for all of his meds. Right now, his meds is at 8 a.m. Well, it's the same thing at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. It's 2 times a day. So right now at 8, he gets he used to get a blue puffer and 2 orange puffers. And then he would get a quarter of a can, and Stencil would get the other quarter. And then we would wait 10 minutes, and then I would check his glucose, and right after would be his insulin. And then it's a lot of and then at 8 p.m. well, if we weren't working, then I would also recheck his glucose during the day, like around noon and around 2. You okay? Then at 8 p.m. we would restart the whole thing. So blue puffer, 2 orange puffers, the other quarter of the can, and Stencil would get the other quarter. So it's 1 can a day for both of them. They have their dry kibbles during the day also. So it's really just for the medication. So after he ate, we waited another 10 minutes. I would check his glucose and then give him his insulin. So that was the routine before the thyroid issue and the antibiotics. So now, as of tonight and as of tomorrow, this will be how we will do it. Phil wrote it down here and we'll follow this schedule. So at 6 a.m. he's gonna get his antibiotic with food. And then at 8 a.m. he's gonna get an orange puffer. She told us to stop the blue puffers. We know that it's only if he's having like an attack to like open up his, dilate his I don't know what it's called in English, but his lungs. But she said to stop that and just give the orange one, and the blue puffer really just give it if he's having a full-on attack, like a long one. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna repeat that. So at 6 a.m. will be antibiotic with food, 8 a.m. will be the orange puffer, and then food, the food after the puffer, because it's gonna rinse the medication off of his tongue because it can make fungi like mushrooms inside the mouth. Then 10 minutes later I'm gonna check the glucose. Then I'm gonna give him his thyroid medication, which is called, well, in French it's called metimazole or felimazole. Then after the red pill is the insulin. Yeah, and after eating he has to eat, both for the antibiotic and both for the insulin and the thyroid. Then if we're off that day, we will check his glucose around noon, between noon and 2 p.m. Then at 6 p.m. we'll be eating and the antibiotic again. 6:30 p.m. will be his anti-vomiting medication if he's still drooling. Then at 8 p.m. will be orange puffer, eating, check his glucose, and then red pill, and then insulin. And then around 10 or 11 p.m. we recheck his glucose, make sure he's not having hypoglycemia. To make sure he's not hypoglycemic. Sorry, I'm French, searching for my words. So that's the plan. The thyroid medication will be for 1 month until our next appointment. And our next appointment, he has to be, he needs to not have 8. So whatever that word is. So yeah, that's for 1 month. Then the antibiotic is for 14 days. And the anti-vomiting is just for 3 days if he needs it. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think he stopped drooling. Right? Yeah, like it's a bit wet, but he also just drank a bit of water, I think. But you see, it's not the big like drooling it was. Yeah, I feel like it's better. So
well, if you have to look for it,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
better.
So that means the drooling was just nausea. Why was he having nausea? We don't know.
Thyroid.
She was saying could be what did she say?
His thyroid. Usually infections don't cause nausea, but it could.
She said something else about the nausea. It could be inflammation that caused nausea. No, I don't. Or maybe he has something in
the
his stomach.
fluids.
On his lungs?
Yeah, and maybe it's like all inflamed, so maybe Maybe it's the puffer. I don't know.
It's very weird. He's never had that before. Poor baby. I love you so much. He seemed a bit more stable, so I think the medication is wearing off. Poor thing. I hate seeing them like that, but it's better for them. Okay, anyways, I'll keep you updated. It's the next morning. How you feeling? So he's not drooling as much today. He's had his antibiotics this morning. And he's about to get his thyroid medication and insulin right now. He's drinking a lot of water. And he's eating a lot too, so I guess it's a good sign. But he hasn't slept all night. And he's just like, he just sits down and stares into nothing. But he seems well. So he's still I guess weaving, what is it? Wheezing off? No? He's still coming off of the sedation, so I can't wait for him to be able to sleep and just relax. But he's purring a lot. He seems to be doing well. Awesome. And since we know he has cataracts now, we're leaving leaving a light on at night for him to see where he's going. We do have these little lights, therefore we have one there and one up in the kitchen behind the water jugs. And we do have those ones for bugs, but yeah, you see he's drooling now. But we left the stove light on last night for little baby boy. You're drooling? And I think we're about to lose power. It's been flashing a lot. There's the freezing rain has stopped, but it's snowing a bit. So we prepared some water. We got jugs here with water just in case, because our water pump is electric. So we won't have any water if we lose power. You're drooling? Oh yeah, look at that. He's not drooling as much as yesterday, at least. So tonight he'll have his anti-vomiting, anti-nausea medication. But yeah, that's the update for this morning.